In the spiritual Tantra sexuality workshop that you will be teaching shortly, what are you focusing on it, or what practical knowledge or theoretical knowledge is that course going to give?
We are first of all going to start describing a little bit about the background of Tantra, like where did it come from, like who were the originators, the facilitators of Tantra, and understanding also about the different classifications of Tantra, because for example there is what we call the left-hand Tantra compared to the right-hand Tantra. Tantra which is more physical, and Tantra which is done a bit more with the use of the mind, with the emotions, and things of this nature. And then we are also going to describe a little bit more about the practical basics of Tantra, like what actually, how for a man or a woman, what do they need to do to become tantric men and women? What kind of yoga practice, what kind of meditation, what kind of a shift generally in their life they have to do in order to achieve the beginning success in their practice. And then we'll also start to go a little bit more in details and describing the techniques for men and for women, because the sexuality of men and women is quite different, and that is why the techniques which are needed for men and women to achieve success in their practice is quite different. So we are going to do this. We are also going to do a lot of exercises and practice, things which are involving Hatha Yoga, like techniques which men and women can do on a daily basis using their body to achieve better control and perception of the sexual energy. We're also going to do some meditations in couples where men and women are sitting in front of each other, either with their eyes closed or with their eyes open, and trying to feel the circulation of energy, which is very helpful to the actual sexual act, which is happening later on. We are also going to hold some questions and answer session, which is obviously very needed because both men and women, they can have a lot of questions about this. And this is pretty much it. Obviously, sometimes it can be spontaneous, and if the students in the workshops, they are having the desire to go into different directions, we can also have that.
So you were talking about sexual energy and how this is used and how it's used in practice, in sexual tantra, in tantra as a whole. But we are aware that there is a lot of people out there for whom this concept of sexual energy is very foreign. They are maybe the kind of people that we would call more down to earth, or kind of very practical minded people, and maybe they don't believe in energy as such. What would you tell to such people about Tantra and about sexual energy?
Well, generally yoga and Tantra is not the same as religion. This is a common mistake that some people have, associating yoga or Tantra with religion. And just like in religion, it is based on a certain belief, and in order to progress in this path, you need to focus on this belief. In Tantra Yoga, it's actually not based on a belief. Like if you take two practitioners, one of them has the belief in energy and another one doesn't have a belief in energy, if they're doing the same exercises, just by focusing their attention and applying some certain basic elements of these exercises, they're going to obtain the same results. So even though one is a believer and the other one is a non-believer, they are both going to obtain the same effects. And it's simply a matter of putting your body in a certain position, applying some fundamental principles such as resonance, correspondence, focusing your attention on a certain part of your body, and then it's going to happen whether you have the belief or you don't have the belief. So I would say it's simply a matter, like you can take it as a kind of experimentation, just like a scientist in a laboratory is doing all kinds of experiments to reach a certain kind of a magical formula. You as a practitioner, whether you have a belief or you don't have a belief, you are doing experiments with your body because you want to evolve, you want to progress, you don't want to be remaining stagnated with the same issues and problems. You want to evolve. So simply take it as an experiment. You can decide, I'm going to do this exercise practice for the next 3 months, and then make an evaluation. If I see that there was a progress, I can still say I don't believe or whatever, but I see that I have results, and then also the belief increases actually because you have the experience, and then you can progress further and further, and in this way, regardless of whether the belief is there or not, if the results, if the experience starts manifesting, then you tasted it on your own flesh and blood, and just like a scientist, you can mark, I reached success in this experiment, and then I can progress to the next level.